This is Rob Viktum, and you're watching The Bee Shine. First thing that I remember that sparked my interest in music in general was my father took me to a James Brown concert when I was like 5. And I remember just how much energy was in the crowd. And my dad was a cool dude. He was a cool guy. That's where I got that. He was a drummer and a playwright, but I think drumming was his real passion. He just happened to be good at playwright. It was a Grandmaster was it White Lines, I think it was. My dad was listening to it in the study while he was smoking a pipe, and I walked in, it's like, what the fuck is this? I mean, everything that I had heard before, like my mother was a pianist, so everything in the house was either classical or my dad just banging on the drums, so I wasn't paying attention to most of the stuff, but that for some reason pulled me in. I remember the day I bought Gang Starr's Daily Operation. That was the quintessential album that made me want to do anything hip-hop related. It was the beats, Premier was just such a heavy presence on that record. It was very different from Step in the Arena. That album right there, it was like the turning point for me that made me know that that's what I wanted to do. I started making beats first, and then I got into DJing just by having to be the guy for the people that I was producing. So it kind of just happened that way. The first piece I had was a DR550 drum machine, and my pops got that for me. My dad is kind of like the middle ground for all of this. So my dad got me my first drum machine and my first 4-track recorder. His experience with the music industry and everything was not really that great. So he wanted me to be cautious about it and things like that, and not put all my eggs in one basket. Of course I did, but he was very, very supportive of everything. Sending beat tapes out was the first thing that really got me moving. There was a time when you could send things to people and people actually gave a shit. And I had sent something to Mr. Dibbs. I called just to check up on him, and we ended up talking for about an hour on the phone out of nowhere. Like, he didn't know me, I didn't know him from anything, but I had sent him some stuff because I had picked up the Turntable Scientifics record that he put out. And his damn phone number was on the back of the thing along with the address, so I sent him a beat tape, and we just kept up that way. So that was the first. Sending out beat tapes was how I really started making moves. Obviously, being able to work with Brother Ali was a big deal. Dibbs and I ended up working on a record together that still hasn't seen the light of day, but one of the songs from that record was a joint with Brother Ali, and that song got put on one of Brother Ali's in between records, like a mixtape type of deal that he took on tour, and the song kind of took on a life of its own. When I'm making music, I feel like it's the one time during the day or whatever's going on around me that I can actually be me, completely be me, and not, having to, working the 9 to 5 or whatever and putting on this facade of what people think I am, and, things like that. But when I'm in the studio working on beats, and or even when I'm just digging for records, it's all me. And I like that feeling of not having to bullshit at all. The people that I've met in the last, 5-6 years, there's no way I would have met them without music. I have some really, really close bonds and friends with people that I've met via music and via what I do. And these people, I never would have crossed paths with these people. There's no way if it hadn't been for music. I just want to be remembered as someone who never sold out, never went with any weird trends that were happening in music at the time. I've always kind of stuck with the boom bap side of rap. I just want to be known as the guy that never really wandered away or sold out,